Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Repton, The Lost Realms. Before I start the Vivace levels, I want to show something in the last level that I solved. So in this part here, getting the diamond from that cage without permanently blocking the safe diamonds down there. In my previous video, I showed off a timing-based solution where I had to run in and get the cage diamond just behind the spirit before the balloon could roll off it. And I wondered whether that was the intended solution, but afterwards I looked at my own walkthrough for the level, and there is a much simpler way, which is to take the diamond here to let the spirit in without disturbing the earth, then first release the rock, then step the balloon up, then take the diamond, and the balloon comes to rest there exactly as it did in the other solution. And now we come to the Vivace levels. This is a set of 6 levels that were made by Katie Rosane after the initial release of The Lost Realms. So when we were planning out the sequel, I tested these, found that they're really good, very hard levels, and so we decided to keep them together as a set of 6 and package them as the last and hardest set of the Secret Realms project. So it will be interesting to see now how my judgment of back then holds up. Playing Allegro, this set, and Presto back-to-back. Is the difficulty order the same as I judged it to be back then? We'll see. Of course, you as the viewer have an advantage of knowing how long I've struggled with each level. Although that isn't precisely indicative of difficulty, but it certainly does correlate with it. Anyway, let's get started. And another thing, of course, that we notice immediately is two things that I noticed immediately. One was the spirit, so that's going to come through here. So if I push the rock, then I dodge it. Bit of a rude beginning to the set of levels. But of course, the other thing one notices immediately is that Dave Jeffrey has produced another absolutely incredible set of graphics to go with this. I just realised that I do in fact have a map. I'm so used to not having one. So we can see that the spirit is going around this little enclosure that's below me. The key is inside there, but the only way to enter it is by a safe. There is another key on the level. And to leave this area, I have to come up on the left here. I presumably want to push one rock there so that the passage is left open. That means the spirit will cage. Nothing I can do about that. I definitely don't want to unblock the fungus yet. Absorbency 2. Also, tight time on this level. One-way passage here, or not exactly one way, it would, but a self-closing passage is what I should have said. The equivalent of a Drod trapdoor. There are 4 absorbency doors on the level, so there may be a puzzle of choosing which ones to open. I cannot get down to the bottom door yet, so I have to go this way. And presumably I want to take this diamond so that when the key is taken, the rock just falls off the safe. Is there anything I want to do with the rocks to the right? Well, the one on the far right is going to fall down that, fall to the right, which I don't want, so I have to reach it. But I can't let any more rocks fall down here. If I let this rock fall, then it lands here, which may not be a problem. It definitely is a problem if this one lands here, because then I can't push the rock to my right. So I did also notice that this lets me get the key. Are there any safe traps in the level? I don't see any, so I think I can just take the key. There is an egg. Oh, that's interesting. There's an egg on a safe. Which I see there's a freeze crystal nearby, so even if the egg hatches, that may not be impossible to go down that passage. We'll see later. For now, I'm going to take the key and see how things work out. Okay, I do not want to... Well... This isn't the only way into the box below me, so it may be okay to block that. I don't know. At any rate, it's clear how to handle these columns. And this monster is not too hard. Having done what I've just done... Ooh, it's a monkey, I think. Oh. So, in the middle of saying that wasn't too hard, I panicked and... Oh. Huh. I panicked and ran into a skull that I didn't even see. And having been pushed back here is an interesting problem because I can't go down that passage again to get back to where I was. This is open, so I could grab that time capsule now. That's an interesting thing with the... Oh, no, I see how it works. So when I'm ready to get the diamonds and get the time capsule, then I can release this balloon, which will roll off the skulls, and that will release the monster as well. But... Well, I have two different ways I could go at this point. I could go to the left through this door, which would give me more information about where that transporter goes. That may be useful. I suspect that at some point I will have to do a multiple Repton shuffle of all those balloons into the side passages. I can also come down here. Oh, okay, so I need to shuffle this balloon so that the time bomb doesn't become trapped. But also, I can grab this, and depending on the freeze time... Yeah, freeze time was plenty enough for me to get past the monster. So here what I think I want to do is release the rock first. took a long time to hatch, though. I wonder if that was still under the effects of the freeze crystal. I don't know exactly how they work. I just know that there is a hidden variable that that determines how long the monster stays frozen, so it can vary from one level to another. I'm just looking at this puzzle now, and of course I must get all the diamonds. So if I let this balloon rise, then I have to avoid these balloons coming up, which actually... Yes, it is possible to do that, I think. So... like this. So nothing very hard in the individual puzzles in this level so far, but I don't yet know how I'm doing in terms of the macroscopic puzzle of directing all the spirits on the level to the correct places. At this point, there is only one way I can go, and that is... No, there are two ways. I can do the multiple Repton shuffle I mentioned, or I can take the transporter on the far left. Let's try the shuffle. Oh, let's take the time capsule. That will also help to give me a sense of how fast the fungus is on this level. I'm wondering... Oh, this is interesting. So, I can't stop the passage to my left above the column of rocks being blocked off, I think. So that means that I will need to re-enter the bottom right area through the absorbency door. There is another absorbaline pill, though, in the top left corner. But just in case the level is still winnable from here, unlikely after that first death, I'm not going to block the passage off yet, because I will need spirits to come into here. I don't yet know where the other spirits on the level are. Well, there's one. Oh, there may be a puzzle of letting the spirit through the cage. Okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, not too hard. Just had to keep up a good rhythm. I saw a spirit down there. So when I release these two rocks, they will land next to that balloon. I can then release the balloon, which will roll off the diamond that's just above Repton. It will go straight up. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have taken the diamond under that yellow cage. Because now, in order to let the spirit out of this area, I have to block the cage off there. And if I'd left the diamond, I could have pushed the balloon past it. Another time capsule. Okay, here's the crown. I'm just having a look at this puzzle. This seems straightforward. If I push the rock off the other rock, then I can get in and out. After that, it doesn't matter if this becomes blocked. I now have access to 3 different transporters. I have no way of entering the top left area except by a transporter, so let's hope one of them goes there. Oh, and that fungus in the middle area. Okay, that gives me an idea of the fungus speed on this level. So, we can only find out where one of them goes at a time. Let's do so. I put the map on quickly, but you probably saw that the spirit is just below and about to kill me. And I don't think there's much I can do about that except start again. So, any reason not to just come straight up here? I can't think of one. Oh, this is interesting. I will take the diamond and do this as before, if I can remember it. Yes, that looks good. So, we're here with much more time than before, and now I realise that there's an even easier way to kill the monsters. Very, very cute sprite. Yeah, I can save a bit of time by killing one like that. The monkey reminds me a little bit of some other BBC micro games. That's really, really nice. Okay, so I actually have the choice there whether to let this rock down, and then I could push that balloon to the right to avoid the passage being blocked. Interesting. I can take the diamonds in the top right and then allow the passage to be blocked, but I probably don't want to. Because I don't know of any other way into this area. There may be a transporter into this area, but I don't know. Unfortunately, if I'm right, I have to wait for the spirit to come back because this is just my guess as to what the level design is telling me. I think I want the blue spirit to go all the way around and come back and go through that cage before I release the yellow spirit, because the yellow spirit following the right-hand wall will go straight for the cage. Not in time, though. So, if that idea was right, the blue spirit would not cage because the cage is blocked by the diamond from the safe from earlier, but it has been let through now. However, I just don't think that can be what I was meant to do, just because, well, I could have left the eggs until later, now that I know how tight time is. I could have handled them while the spirit was going around, even. So the spirit's taken care of now. And again, it's... well, it's not necessarily impossible for me to survive taking that transporter, the one that I took before, because with luck I could take it and then grab the door before the spirit reaches Repton, depending on where it is at the time I take the transporter. However, I would like to see where some of the other transporters go, so let's do some experimenting. Okay, one on the left goes into this area, which we haven't seen yet. Clearly I want to avoid the top left corner. Yes, top left. Want to avoid the diamond being trapped, which is easy. Oh, those rocks and balloons are a permanent barrier. That's good to notice. So, I can now release the yellow spirit, which will come into the cage from this side. I've opened one door, so I could open a second door and then grab the pill. And then no absorbency is wasted. I don't want to release the fungus yet, I think. I definitely don't want to push the balloon left. So I could push it right and then take the diamond, and then the balloon will... Yep. Balloon just goes straight up there. I could take this transporter now, and that's probably the best thing to do, because my only choices are to take this or release the fungus. Ooh, that doesn't put me in the best place. I'm near the bottom left corner under the Repton shuffle balloons. So if I had done the shuffle earlier, this would be okay. As it is, so I think I've nearly solved every puzzle on the level. Let's see where this one goes. Oh, that's interesting. It does go to the top right area. So I have a way back here, even if I let this balloon rise and block the area off. But I could only take... If I block this area off, I could only take that transporter last, because my exit from this area is gated by a time bomb. So, putting it all together... I think I want to wait around here until the spirit goes into the cage. Do this as before, but this time... Another interesting thing is that the rock falls off the safe down here, so it lands in the transporter destination square, but because we're playing Lost Realms rules, it just gets erased. Sorry to spend so much time on the map screen, but it is necessary with the time limit being as short as it is. If I let the balloon rise and block off this area, then I'm in a bit of a tight corner with the blue spirit. So that may not be what's intended. Let's try first doing it the other way. Oh, I can't run through and grab that diamond, so let's try using this rock. Gotcha. And I'll just leave the rest of this area until later. Or rather, I'll do some of it now while the spirit is going around. I was waiting for the sound of the spirit going into a cage, but of course I won't hear it. Oh, I could have released that rock, and it would have rolled off the skull and killed the monster. Let's hope that I have time now to do this before the blue spirit comes back through the cage then. So I hope I've trapped it in the lower half. Now... Oh, so I was meant to go and do the shuffle at the very start of the level. Okay, at this point, I'll pause and redo everything to be back at this point with the shuffle done. So, so I'm back here. There's nowhere for Repton to go now except taking the transporter. The blue spirit is in the bottom area. Which I think means that Repton is now in danger. Yeah, there it is. Oh, I shouldn't have taken it then. I wasn't fast enough. But just thinking about the rest of the level, if I had been fast enough there, there's only one more spirit, which is the yellow one in the bottom left. I know how to release it. Releasing it will mean that a balloon comes up the chute and goes below where the fungus is, which could be okay if I take the transporter that goes to the top left area. In fact, at this point I need... Oh, this is tricky. So there's no way into the top left area except by taking the transporter or releasing the fungus, and I don't want to release the fungus. One thing I see now that I can do that's quite important is move this rock down so that the balloon can come to rest here and doesn't block access. Oh, time. Because I think I have all the puzzles solved in terms of reaching all the parts of the level and accessing all the time bombs. The problem is getting around fast enough to take all the time bombs if the fungus is free, and if it's not free, then I'm not being very clear. So I think I should just pause and go back to grabbing the key from below that safe cage before it got trapped. I should have plenty of time. Talking of time, running quite low. I may want to take a time capsule soon, but maybe not the one blocking the fungus. So let's run back to the bottom left and unblock the time capsule there. Well, I didn't intend to bring the spirit out with me, but that actually worked out quite nicely. And there was time to grab those before the flashing started. Okay, so all spirits have been caged. There is fungus on the left wall as well that I must release at some point. And there's the fact that in getting the diamonds, I'm going to have to block off access to the chamber where Repton started, which means that before doing that, I have to have entered the bottom right through the absorbaline door, which means I need to take the remaining absorbaline. Okay, so I should have pushed the balloon, maybe. I also forgot which transporter was which. I think I wanted to go into the top left, which is the upper transporter against the left wall. So, picking up from here, I've just taken the time capsule. Yes, it was that transporter. So, the idea I had is that I can grab the diamond, push the balloon up before the fungus grows, hopefully. Since my entire game plan is resting on that move, I have to hope that it works. And then use the other transporter into the top left area as my way into there at the end. So we'll see how well that all works out. Okay, fungus is blocked off. Time is 2 minutes, so I just need to clear this area as before and come back up, and then we should be good to go. So let's do that first to save a little time. I could have skipped redoing this because it's exactly the same as before, but it shouldn't add that much to the video. So the point is that I'm clearing all diamonds from this area so that when only time bombs are left, I can pass through again. The order of taking time bombs will be top left, top right, middle right, and then this one near where Repton is now last. I don't see any problems with that. Now, 2 rocks down here is fine. That will still let me get all the diamonds. So, nice easy monster kill. Interestingly, this solution does not use all the transporters. Of course, there's no reason one has to use all the transporters in a Repton level. So, I think that's level solved, and I think it's pretty clear that this was a step down in difficulty from the monstrous levels Dave Jeffrey made for the latter half of the Allegro set, but it shouldn't really be judged against those, and it's definitely bottom right corner. I was a bit startled when that didn't end the level. This is definitely harder than its counterpart, Allegro A. Also, it seems that the editor codes, as well as the passwords, have not been set for this level set yet. That's okay, of course. We would have chosen passwords and editor codes as part of the project before releasing it if we had got that far. So, a good start to the Vivace levels. I'm looking forward to seeing how they continue. As I've said, I have tested these levels, so I've played all of them before, but I really have absolutely no memory of what is in any of the remaining levels of the set. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.